Hello there. Have you always believed this lie that if you are born poor, you most likely will die poor? That the rich would always keep getting richer and the poor will keep getting poorer by virtue of the kind of family you are born into? Is that true? Now, let me tell you one bitter truth about life. You might be born to a poor family, that is not your choice. You didn't make that decision. But if you die poor, that was your choice. Sad to say, you chose to stay poor. Now, yes, we're talking about 10 steps to improve your financial status. Yes, your financial status can be improved regardless of the economy you find yourself. Welcome to Straight Talk with Dr. Yide, where I talk about wealth creation and financial discipline. I am Dr. Olaide Chinadu. If you're not yet subscribed to this channel, I know you're missing out. Why don't you subscribe right now and hit that notification bell so you get notifications every time I post new videos? Now, straight to this very important choice. Many a times we unwittingly sabotage our finances by our very terrible way of spending. Many of us spend like as though life is too short. Spend the money. Money is to be spent. Not all your money is to be spent on stupid things. Leading me to my very first point. Number one, assess your current financial situation. You need to be very sincere with yourself. If you can't be sincere with yourself, you might get somebody that can do that for you. You want to outline what your income is. What is your income and what are your expenses? What debt are on your head? What assets do you have? You want to subtract your assets from your debt, then you will know what your financial worth is. Many a times we don't even have a very good structure that helps us make these things. You need to assess yourself. How well are you doing? Many a times you see people who keep withdrawing money from the ATM without even taking account. You can't even track how your expenses have been made. You make 150,000 naira per month and you keep complaining about that money being too little, that this is going to that, this is going to that. At the end of the day, you cannot give account of how you spent the 150,000 naira per month. Do you earn a million naira? You think that is enough? Let's look at your lifestyle. I have seen a lot of people who spend money they've not earned. I will not mention names here, but imagine you are a kind of person at work. There's this lady who keeps bringing you nice shirts, nice perfumes, nice belts, shoes, and she tells you, don't worry, don't pay me now. When you guys are paid by the end of the month, you can pay. That is a stupid thing to do. You never spend money you've not earned. Stop buying things on credit. You need to be delivered from that thing. It is what is sabotaging your financial capacity. Buy things you can truly afford. Now, how do you know things you can truly afford? By assessing yourself. You need to assess your financial status currently. And I'll repeat myself, if you can't do that yourself, you need to get someone to help you do it. Be very sincere with the person. When the person tells you you're not doing fine, don't get offended. Listen to what the person has to say. Number two, learn to create a budget. If that purchase was not on your budget list or your bucket list, do not buy. Stop being moved by how sweet or how interesting the marketer is advertising this product to you. You want to ask yourself, did I budget this thing before I got here? Let me give you an analogy now or an example. You move into this very new supermarket and there are lots of things on the counter, but your wife gave you a list of things to buy. You're supposed to buy cornflakes alone. That was what was on your budget. But now you're seeing Cocoa Pops and you remember how tasty the last one you had, and you had that to your list of purchase. You have just sabotaged your financial capacity. Learn to create a budget and stick to it. Some people might call you stingy, but they don't know better. They are also poor. You want to get out of that financial inability, financial incapacity. This is the way to do it. You need to be sincere with yourself. Work with a budget, create a budget, and stick to it. Number three, reduce unnecessary expenses. I would also advise that you keep a lot of money away from yourself. Only keep the money that would sustain you and your family's daily needs. Be intentional about your expenses. Reduce unnecessary spending. Somebody brings something to you you do not need, but because the person marketed it so well, you are ready to plunge into such purchases. That is stupid. Stop doing that. Always question every expense. If I don't buy this thing, will anybody die? That question should be asked at every purchase. There are some expenses you can't shake off, like your rent, your children's school fees, things they need, food. You must eat. You need to assess yourself. You've assessed yourself and you're sincere with yourself now. Can you actually afford it? You've used your car for 3 years and somebody is putting pressure on you to change the car. That the car is old, is no more, is out of fashion. What rubbish! Can you afford a new car? Can you buy that car without it shaking your finances? The fact that you have 20 million in your account doesn't mean you can afford a 10 million naira car. Yes, and that's what is keeping you poor. You're driving a 30 million naira car and you still live in a rented apartment and you don't own your business. That is financial sabotage. You need to learn to stop spending money on things that don't matter. If the purchase is based on what people perceive or how people perceive you, I think you need to change your mindset and your spending habits. Number 4, increase your income. You should always think about it. When we start off with life financially, I mean, when you probably graduate from university or polytechnic or you start working to earn a living, we all start with minimum income and maximum or a lot of expenses. You have so many holes that are puncturing your pocket. Now your aim in life is to reverse this. Have multiple streams of income bringing money in and reduce your expenses. Let your expenses be less than your income. That should be your goal in life. Not just spending without thinking. Learn to spend in percentages. Allot percentages to your expenditure and you wouldn't go wrong. It makes you know if you can truly afford a commodity or not. Now, how can you increase your income? Do you own a business? Have you maxed the capacity of that business? You want to either expand your business or employ a marketer. Advertisement can get you farther, can make you reach out to more customers, more consumers of your product, and that's more money for you. Think about it. Number 5, build an emergency fund. This kind of fund will be very, very crucial when you need it because that emergency will come and that rainy day, these funds will save you. How do you set aside emergency funds? I keep talking about saving 20% of what you earn. Now imagine giving 6 to 10 months of your current income. Keep saving 20%. 20% of what you earn, lock it up, build it for 6 to 10 months. The moment you have that money start somewhere, you can go and keep it somewhere you will not be tempted to spend, and somewhere you can actually take it. What is the essence? Locking up funds that you have no access to for an emergency. Then it really isn't an emergency fund. An emergency fund is one that you have access to, but you are disciplined not to touch it. You only touch it if an emergency comes. Now, let me give you a scenario of person A and person B. Person A earns ₦1 million per month. Person B earns 400,000 naira per month. Person A believes that life is jeje and he needs to spend on whatever expense he has. He earns ₦1 million. He can always get a loan. But person B earns 400,000 and saves 80,000 naira. He's been saving 80,000 naira for the past 1 year. Now, I forgot to mention that person A and person B work in the same company. The company has been downsized and person A and person B have been let go. Now, an emergency has arrived. Person A has spent all his 1 million the previous month and doesn't have any money in the bank. Person B has been saving 20% religiously for the last 1 year. That is 80,000 naira times 12. Do the maths. Who will survive at least 6 months more better? So you see that it's not the amount of money you earn that makes you wealthy or makes you comfortable, but what you do with that which you earn. Always build an emergency fund. Once you have an emergency fund stocked somewhere, keep it. It is your saving grace. Continue saving, but this time an investment opportunity. The moment you increase your financial capacity, you can also increase your emergency funds. But please, never underestimate the power of the emergency funds. When the problem comes, your emergency fund sorts it and you live your normal life. When there's no emergency fund, start somewhere. When an emergency truly comes, it's going to affect your finances. Number 6, manage debt wisely. There's a wise way to manage debt. You don't take loans for things that are not going to bring money to you. You don't take loans for liabilities. It's a big problem. Many people have been plunged into poverty based on the stupid decisions they made. You have to learn how to use debt, categorize debt into good debt and bad debt. What are bad debts? You are a salary earner and you are taking a loan to build a house. A house you will live into that will most likely never make money for you. That is an unwise decision. But you're building the same house for the purpose of rent. Yeah. You make up that money and you can even use the rent to pay back your loans. That is good debt. Number 7, invest and save for the future. Now, when I say save for the future, I don't just mean start saving money, keeping it in one particular account without any purpose for it. No, you save to invest. You're gathering the money, you're gathering it to a critical mass till you can plunge it into a viable investment, a viable business, a business that will save you in the future. I'll give you another analogy again. Imagine person A and person B. Person A and person B works for this company. They both earn ₦1,000,000. They started working there, let's say 10 years ago, and they will most likely work there for another 10 years. Person A has been religious with his 20%, doesn't have an idea yet, but believes that once a business idea comes, he's going to plunge his 20% into it. He has been saving 20% into these accounts. Person B is also saving this money, but he's saving this money for his retirement. 10 years down the line, person A got a business idea and started his company with his 20% that he has accumulated. Now he has an extra source of income, a cash cow. Another 10 years down the line, meaning they've spent 20 years at work, person A has a thriving business and has resigned from this company and is making much more than 10 million per month. Person B has been promoted countless times and earns 3 million naira. 20 years down the line, he is retired and his gratuity is 150 million naira. Who do you think will have a better old age? Of course, person A. Person A is now financially free. Person B is not financially free. And the painful thing is that person B might not know it. That reality might just set in 5 years after retirement. Be wise. You can't overemphasize the place of saving to invest in the future. The future should be bright. Stop relying on your gratuity. Number 8, stay informed and educated. I can't overemphasize this. We live in a world that is rapidly changing. You can't keep doing things the way they were done 10 years ago. You just have to move with the trend. Ensure you stay educated. An educated mind is a wealthy mind. Keep educating yourself on current trends and flow with the trends. You will not go wrong. Stop being ignorant. The result of ignorance is a lot of anguish and pain to old age. Number 9, set financial goals. You need to set goals for your life. Where do I want to be in the next 10 years? At age 50, where do I want to meet myself? At age 60, how much do I want to earn? How much do I want to do what? And ensure that you create those same roadmaps to it. Stick to it. It is achievable. Number 10, seek professional advice. Yeah, you need to gather a team of professionals. Lawyers, bankers, accountants, and all that. You need them in your team so that you can ensure that you're making the right decision at every time, because you need your life to be worth it. You want to be able to make money not just for yourself but transgenerational wealth, money that transcends your generation, and your children and grandchildren will keep praying for you that thank you for this grandfather, this great grandfather, for he has given us this multi-million company that keeps making money for us. Now we don't have to struggle for stuff because our great grandfather made the right choice. But you don't want to be one that our father left nothing for us. What a wicked man. He had everything in his life. You don't want children to start fighting over your inheritance because you don't have enough. You need to seek professional advice. It will help you. Professional advice in every sphere of your life, be it marriage counseling, financials, health, always seek professional advice.
If you just found this video interesting, I would have you like, share, post your comments, and don't forget, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Till we meet again, same time, same place next week. Don't forget, health is wealth. Bye.